you can text us. Text JJR and whatever you want to say to the number 96893. A few texts I may read to you, if I may. They're short text messages. 719 number says, does John Jay know that the gummies he's taken on airplanes aren't federally legal, right? It's crazy to take them on a flight. I had no idea you couldn't do that with gummies because I was talking about how I can't sleep.
That'd be weird if you went to jail for pot gummies on a plane.
Especially me, I don't even do that stuff.
I've never even taken one.
John J. Rich, I texted yesterday about Peyton's couples therapy, and I was listening to Tuesday's podcast of the show, and you read my message on the air. I was so excited. I started cheering in my car, and that made my day. Remember we were talking about the Gangnam Style, Psy?
Mm-hmm.
Someone said, and we talked about how we interviewed him and it never aired.
Yeah.
John J. and Rich, the interview with Psy is actually on the John J. and Rich behind the scenes podcast with Grant and Joey.
Wow.
So I didn't know that. So that exists. Are those still up? Yes, Nick?
Yeah, it's still up. In fact, one Joey Bradfish confirmed it to me yesterday. He was listening. He was like, hey, let him know.
Oh. Well, thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
John J. and Rich, question for Kyle. Do you have a list of names you're going to use for War of the Roses, or are you such a badass you come up with it on the spot?
I don't really come up with it on the spot. I don't have a list. I usually either run down friends of my kids' names or people that I've met recently, or just names that I'm like, oh, that's a cool name.
I've never heard you repeat one. I know you probably have.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't remember you. It always feels like it's fresh and new.
Well,
and you take on the personality of that name when you do it.
Right.
Yesterday at this time, Kyle was telling us how she was searching to buy bags to hide her weed.
I had to re-listen to that yesterday because I thought it was so funny, and I was just rolling laughing.
I need a bag for my weed.
So a 520 number says, John J. Rich, I searched bags to store my weed on Amazon just because I wanted to see what Kyle saw. That story made me laugh so hard I played it back over and over and over.
Gosh, I can relate.
So Kyle buys bags of weed on Amazon, and what does your husband
bags
buy?
To store the weed, not bags of weed on Amazon. So I hesitate telling the story because my husband actually didn't really want me to. He says it's embarrassing. I think it is very relatable because I know a lot of wives that do this for their husbands. So eventually, after a couple of days of trying to convince him to let me tell it, he let me tell this. So just know that. He asks me to shave his back sometimes. And that's what he thinks is embarrassing. And I think a lot of wives shave their husband's back. You shouldn't be embarrassed by that.
My wife has done it to me a few times.
Yeah. So the other day, he says, I feel like it's time. It's been a while. I need you to shave my back. And I was like, okay, perfect. So we go in the bathroom. He takes his shirt off. And I'm looking at his back. And it looks to be recently shaved. There are areas of the back where the hair is short, regrowing. It's not how it normally is when we haven't done this for a while, when I know, okay, yeah, it's definitely time. And I go, your back already looks like it's been shaved recently. He's like, huh? I'm like, who shaved your back? I'm the only one that shaves your back, and I haven't shaved your back for a really long time. Who's been shaving your back?
What a wild
I'm starting to get angry. I'm starting to get hot. All the things are going through my mind at this point. He's like, I did. And I said, I don't think so, because you've never been able to reach the middle of your back. You can't do that. He's like, I did, I swear. And I'm like, before I get super angry, you better tell me what the heck is going on. And he goes, I got this thing. You got this thing. He said, I got this thing. It was an Instagram ad, and it helps me shave my back. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And so he whips out this device, this contraption that looks like a back scratcher with an elbow. It can bend, and on the end of it is a hair trimmer. And I was like, what the heck is that thing? And then he kind of demonstrates by showing me this is what I did. But I don't, I can't really tell if I got it all.
Are you dying to laughter at this point?
Yeah, okay. This thing looks so ridiculous. It was, of course, he gets sucked into every single Instagram ad he ever sees. And I looked it up, and you can buy it on Amazon. It's the Man Groomer or something like that. And
they got a lot of those.
It's 3.7 stars. I'm like, this thing sucks. did you not look into the reviews at all?
Yeah, it must suck because he's not using it. He needs you to do his back.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm just like, okay, like crisis averted. I'm glad that nobody else was shaving your back, but stop getting sucked into all the Instagram ads. Just cut it out because they always come and they're like subpar quality. So that was the whole thing in our house, and I did have to actually end up shaving the whole thing for
now,
him.
when you shave his back, like for me, it's personal preference because I'm not hairy, but I have like some blonde hairs that bother me, and I see the silhouette when I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I go, oh my God, I got back hair. So I try to clip it myself, but I can't, right? So every once in a while, I'll try to get my back waxed, but that hurts. And a simple shaving of the back helps, right? Yeah, so sometimes my wife will do it for me, and I've filmed it. Anyway, you could film shaving your husband's back or bring it in here and something. Or
I want to see the device. I want to see how that works. Yeah.
No, yeah, I can show you. Like, I took a screenshot of it because I thought it was so funny. It's like the stupidest looking thing.
What is it?
Oh, yeah, that doesn't even look like it could work.
It looks like an arm. It looks like a robot
Yeah,
arm.
it looks like it
It's
belongs to...
adjustable.
You can't, I mean...
So I have this friend of mine. I have a couple friends of mine, and they wish that there was a place that you could go to. You just stand there and people can shave your body. Like not like a haircut, not a wax, because wax hurts.
Yeah.
Like you can stand and say, trim my leg hair, trim my arm hair, trim my back hair. And so this friend of mine, he has a place in Idaho, and he found a woman there that does that, will do that for him, and he's trying to find it here, right? So I was like, that'd be so great if you could find somebody that could just shave your back and shave your legs or shave whatever, because it's hard to... I've tried to trim my leg hair, and then you miss it. I don't know how women do it. It's amazing.
I don't get it. It's
now,
amazing.
the only person I know that could shave their back, if they had to shave their back with a razor, it would be Kyle, because she's so flexible. She'd be like...
I feel like I could get all the spots.
So there's this guy I know, he posted on Instagram, he was getting waxed, his whole body waxed, and he posted a picture of them doing like his butt, right? And I was like, oh my God. And I said to him, I go, what this, and he talked about the person that did it. And I said, hey, what's, like, I thought, oh, is there something special about this person? And I said, hey, why are you using so-and-so? Like, are they, like, what's the reason behind it? And he goes, because she's far away from where I live, and she's very unattractive. He goes, and I don't want her waxing my junk and waxing whatever, and me to find her attractive. So
I can see that being a problem as a dude.
And I was like,
It's actually pretty smart.
Like, she's far away. You're never going to run into her at the grocery store knowing what she knows about you and your parts.
That's exactly what he said. And I was telling my wife that, and she goes, well, yeah. She goes, because they got to move your junk to the right and to the left. I go, like, what? I didn't know they'd have to do that. He was getting waxed and everything. Anyway.
God, that sounds painful, too. Like,
Yeah.
in addition to me needing to be secret.
I want the back shaver. Kyle, let's go to 3 things you need to know.
More than 160 people were injured and at least 98 people lost their lives when a roof collapsed onto a merengue concert in the Dominican Republic at a nightclub early on Tuesday. The fallout from that is absolutely, I don't know if you guys have seen on social media, it's just so devastating. It's like these people just having a great time, and then all of a sudden this tragedy occurs. 2 ex-MLB players were actually killed in the collapse as well, and they're still searching through the rubble. So thoughts and prayers need to go out to that situation because, like I said, it's absolutely devastating. So Meta is making some big changes with Instagram again. Now, under the changes, teens under 16 will not be able to use Instagram Live unless parents give permission. They also need permission to turn off the feature that blurs images containing suspected nudity in direct messages. Kind of all part of their teen account safeguards that they put in place last September. They also said they're extending those to Facebook and Messenger platforms. So you probably saw this all over social media yesterday. A company called Colossal Bioscience actually brought back the extinct dire wolf. Usually you could only see this in Game of Thrones, right? This dire wolf. It's kind of crazy how they did this. They actually used like deft genetic engineering, and they took this dire wolf that apparently was like 13,000 years old, and then a skull that was 72,000 years old. They analyzed the DNA. They took a wolf, and then they rewrote the wolf's DNA into a dire wolf DNA, and they've literally had, through surrogate, 3 of these dire wolves born.
It's amazing. They won't tell you where they are. I listened to a whole podcast about it yesterday, and the way they do it is absolutely, it's Jurassic Park, right? It's the same thing. It's just crazy, but they're really cute. Have you seen the pictures of them?
They're really cute. So it's Romulus and Remus. They were the ones that were born that you can see. They're cute little puppies. And they named the siblings associated with the mythical founding of ancient Rome, actually. There was a female direwolf.
This is them.
They're kind of cute. They're kind of cute. But they grow to be ginormous and maybe fierce.
I'm like, are they going to like unleash them to the public and the world? Like,
This is the same company that did, I know you saw a while ago, the woolly mice.
Those are really cute too.
They're mice that are, and they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth, which is a giant elephant.
Why would we do this? I don't know. I feel like
man.
we've seen this movie.
They say
You have seen this movie.
Yeah, we've seen this movie and it didn't end well.
Well, they say that the wolves control the elk population. You know, like by keeping them, it's like part of the ecosystem that it could work.
Yeah,
but
we got regular wolves for
what
that.
could go wrong?
But isn't them being extinct part of the ecosystem?
Yes.
Like, isn't that what's supposed to happen?
I think so. What I found interesting was the female wolf that was born in January. They actually named her Khaleesi after the Game of Thrones inspired. The most random thing about this whole story that I've seen so far is that all the celebrities that are involved in this company, Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, Sophie Turner, Kit Harington, a bunch of people, the author George R.R. Martin, they were all brought into the project. They are all part of this. Like, what's going on? Because, like, being part of Hollywood, you should have seen the red flags before
they're
doing this, but
to-
we're still doing it.
They probably want to clone themselves so that they continue to act from now on.
Probably.
Could be, but
Something
yeah.
like that.
So they do say before everyone really starts freaking out, these things are not official dire wolves because they're only 99.5%
they
dire
had
wolf
to
because
use
they
DNA.
still have a little bit of wolf, like actual wolf.
I
But
didn't know that
still.
was a thing. I thought it was made up for Game of Thrones.
No, it's a real thing, and now it's a
craziness.
real thing. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Peyton, what's the vibe for predictions today?
I'm going to tell you what hill you will literally die on based on your zodiac sign.
What up, Jen? What's your sign?
Morning, Aquarius.
Okay, so for my Aquarius, you'll die on the hill that you're not weird. You're just built different. You say things like time isn't real and you unironically believe in conspiracy theories, but also you won't return a text for 9 days because you were in your own world.
Texting correct.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know, but hey, you know what? Good to know for sure the texting.
No, definitely. Yeah. My
Thanks, Jen.
Aquarius, you guys are odd little humans. Aliens, I think.
Hi, Michelle. What's your sign?
Hi, Taurus.
Okay, so for Taurus, the hill that you guys are going to die on is that comfort over everything. You will fight to the death for your side of the bed, your go-to food order, or your 10-year-old hoodie that's falling apart but is still good in your mind. And no, you absolutely will not try something new ever if you're a Taurus.
That's so true.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Hi, Haley.
Hi,
What's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay,
Sagittarius.
for my Sagittarius, you will die on the hill that commitment is a scam and freedom is your love language. You want deep conversations and zero emotional responsibility. One text about where is this going and you're booking a solo trip to Greece or something.
Absolutely me.
Y'all can't commit.
No, I'm having issues with that already. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Thanks, Haley.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Damien, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your sign?
Above dinosaur Power Rangers.
Scorpio.
No.
I heard a Scorpio Power Ranger.
Scorpio. What do you got for
Scorpio
Scorpio?
Power Rangers, I got you. Scorpios, you guys think that trust is earned and not given. And even when it is earned, you're still going to side-eye someone. You will never forgive that person who wronged you that one time 10 years ago. You've got receipts, screenshots, and a locked vault of grudges.
Rachel, good morning. What's your sign? Rachel.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Good morning. I'm a Capricorn.
Good morning. Okay, Capricorn, the hill that you guys would die on is that you're grinding now and you're crying later. You think feelings are a distraction and rest is earned through suffering. You'd rather schedule a breakdown for next Thursday than admit that you're burnt out. You hustle like rent's due twice.
Yes, for sure. Cal Grant, you're welcome. My fellow Capricorn.
Definitely.
Okay. Hey, Mike.
What's up? Good morning. Let's see what Peyton has for us Virgos.
Yes, Virgo. John Jay is also our Virgo in the room. Virgo, you guys will absolutely die on the hill that you're not controlling. You just know the right way to do everything. You don't trust the process. You are the process, Virgos. And you'd rather do it yourself than watch someone do it wrong.
Nailed it once again, Peyton.
Hey, it's what I do.
Mike.
Have a blessed day, you guys.
Bye, Mike.
We got some John J. Rich trivia coming up just a little bit. It'll be simple. It's April 9th. It's our anniversary of the first day we were on the air, so keep listening. In less than 10 minutes, we'll give you Chainsmoker tickets if you get the John J. Rich trivia question of the day answered.
We're going to do it every day?
Hacks. What's that?
You said of the day. We're going to do it every day now?
Every day.
Okay.
John J. Rich, Stacks and Hacks. This is where I have stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. I've never heard of this before, but I like it a lot. Hot dog towers. There could be the big barbecue trend this summer. Restaurants have started adding them as cheaper alternative to seafood towers. One tier is hot dogs. The next is French fries. And the top tier is condiments.
You know, that's like what a charcuterie board should be. Hot dogs and tater tots, stuff like
sounds
that.
delicious to me.
Women on TikTok ask people for the most unhinged ways to keep themselves from spending money. A lot of good answers. One of them is find reasons to boycott as many companies as possible.
That's good.
That way you don't spend any money. Make yourself run 1 minute for every dollar you spend on stuff you don't really need. Pass. Today is National ASMR Day. Do you guys know that? International ASMR Day. So I'm going to do the rest of Stacks and Hacks in ASMR. A drunk man wearing a pink wig. Just kidding. Anyway, a drunk man, he was wearing a pink wig, fake breasts, and a pink thong, was arrested Friday night. He caused a little bit of a disturbance in Applebee's.
Yeah, I think that, not really what you wear to a family establishment.
I know. If you like generational squabbles, Gen Z is calling out the things they wish millennials would stop doing. Like stop worshiping their pets. I don't see a problem with that. Why can't you worship your pets? Stop obsessing over the 90s and stop idolizing Harry Potter. So an expert says that if Apple was forced to make their iPhones in America, they'd be much more expensive, starting at $3,500 a piece. Everybody would have the Samsungs.
I actually saw something, I don't know if it's true because you never know what to believe online, but I saw something that like Apple sent 5 full planes of iPhones from China to America to avoid the tariffs on them.
Oh, really?
5 planes full of iPhones.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true. Right?
I believe
Internet.
It seems like that tracks, though, right?
Could be true.
So my son Dutch is about to graduate high school. You know, he had prom on Saturday. He had senior ditch day. And we were talking about when I was in high school, because when I graduated, I went to Chandler High, but then I moved to San Diego. And my senior year, we graduated from Claremont High in San Diego. And one of the things they did there was a senior trip, and we would go to Disneyland. I forget what it's called. It's called grad night. Like, I think they do grad night here. They lock you in the gym, and you spend all night in the gym or something. So grad night, or it was you go to, what's that, Castles and Coasters or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah, our son Splash.
My son Jake did all that. But when I was in high school, our grad night is we had to put a suit on, and you get on a bus, and you go to Disneyland, and it's just all seniors in high school, Disneyland from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m., and then we took the bus back. But they made you dress up because they said, research showed that if you dressed up, you behaved better, right? So here you are in Disneyland, no alcohol, nothing like that. Now, according to research, the average man feels 70% more confident when wearing a suit or a tuxedo.
I'll give you that.
Right?
Sport coat's everything.
Yeah, right? I thought, and I'm like, hey, man, that research is out right now. You should talk to Disneyland. Disneyland had that research 10 years ago when I graduated. Rich, what do you got for life hacks?
Curious, Kyle, are you a stomach sleeper, side sleeper, back sleeper?
Side.
Side, which side?
Both.
Both sides.
Yeah.
What about you, Peyton?
I sleep on my back
Sleep on your back most of the night?
most of the night.
What about you, John Jay?
I'm on my back, and then sometimes I'll turn to one side or the other, but mostly on my back.
Yeah, I'm a 3-sided sleeper too. Start on my back, but go on both sides. Okay, so here's the hack: the sleeping in the right position for the best night's sleep. According to sleep experts, they say get off your side because it's messing up your back and it's messing up your hips. You want your weight evenly distributed for breathing cleaner on your entire skeleton can sort of restore when you're sleeping on your back, slightly elevated. That is the move for the best sleep, which sounds like, Peyton, you got that down already.
Sure do.
I don't know why you're not sleeping more then.
I think it's just I go to bed late.
Well, go to bed earlier. You got to do that, too. Okay, that sleep hack and many more can be found at johnjaneRich.com.
We got your shot at Chainsmoker tickets. They're going to play at the Breakaway Music Festival in a couple weeks. We're going to play a little John Jane trivia. In fact, I'll ask you the question right now. So it's April 9th today. And this blew me away. I didn't know this till Rich came in this morning. But this is our 24th year on the radio here.
Whoa.
That's so cool.
That is so crazy. That is so crazy.
We are celebrating our 3rd year of excellence.
So, if you don't know, and I'm just going to throw this out there, this is hardcore trivia. The first day we started on the air, we had an in-studio guest. If you know who that guest is, you will win the Chainsmoker tickets. The first person to guess. So call us at 877-937-1047. And I will tell you this. Much like us right now, this person is still relevant. So it's not like it's somebody random, like Jervis from Survivor.
It's a big star.
It's a big star. This person's very relevant still. All right, so 877-937-1047. Shoot us a text, shoot us a text, JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. You can also call us, 877-937-1047. Today is the John Jane Rich 24-year anniversary.
Happy anniversary, partner.
Happy anniversary, you two.
So the first day on the air, we had a celebrity in the studio. If you can guess who that celebrity is, and this person is still relevant, call us at 877-937-1047. We will give you Chainsmoker tickets. This person was in Kyle's, the little gossip 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a week ago?
Yeah, and it's actually headlines on TMZ right now.
Right now?
Yep.
Tracy.
Fact, this person's so big, I think we peaked on day 1.
Tracy, who do you think it was? Tracy. Way to kill the momentum, Tracy.
Tracy, are you
Tracy.
there? Maybe that's not Tracy.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's not. Is that Tracy? Amy, who do you think it is?
Was it Katy Perry?
No, not Katy Perry.
But we were her first interview.
That's true. That is very
Of
true.
all time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Alejandra.
Hi, is this Sabrina Carpenter?
Sabrina Carpenter. So she would have been 6, I think.
I think Sabrina Carpenter might not have been born yet.
She's going to be a big star.
I think
Big star.
Isn't Sabrina 30?
No, she's like 24.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure she's younger than me.
Oh, I thought she was 30.
I
She's
think
25.
yeah, so she's one.
So it's not her though. Not her.
Oh,
That would have been cool
all
though.
right.
All right. Good luck.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you very much. 877-937-1047. A lot of guesses on the text line, but I'm not going to say. Boy, so many people think we were in Chicago.
Did people get it right? Anyone get it right on the text line?
No.
See, I think you and I are the only ones that can participate in this game.
Interesting.
All right. 877-937-1047. You can know who our first in-studio guest was. In the meantime, what happened to you, Peyton?
With what we were just talking about. So I was wondering if you guys have ever felt this way, or if you do feel this way. When you walk into a store, and if the people working at the store don't greet you, like you just get this feeling of rage and want to walk out and leave. Because that's me. If I walk into a store and nobody says hello, I'm like, why am I here? Like, customer service.
Oh, sometimes I like it.
Really?
Just let me shop in peace.
Well, yeah, let me shop in peace.
But then if I need help, I would like someone to be around.
Yeah, and I feel like if you don't say hi, then I don't feel like I can ask you for help.
I get that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I've seen John Jay get blown off in stores nonstop.
I'm like a ghost. I walk into stores and get completely ignored. It's unbelievable.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, for a while it was like, and it's not like you can not see John Jay. You know what I mean? He's super tall. He walks kind of funny. Like, he's obviously in your store, but it's weird. Like, you wouldn't think you could ignore him, but he does get, like unusually ignored.
It's weird. Like, I feel, which is good because I think I use it as a superpower. Just like yesterday, I was in a meeting, I just left. They didn't even know I was gone for a long time.
Oh my goodness, that's insane. But like, if you walk into like a fast casual restaurant and you're just standing there and nobody's looking at you and you're just like, hi, hello, like, it makes me so mad.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I don't know why it makes me so mad, but I get this like physical reaction.
Because you're a customer, you want to be you want to be acknowledged. I don't think that's bad.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Robin, you got to guess who our first guest was?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, this is Robin. I have been listening to y'all since I was like 19 years old, and I'm taking a wild guess, but I'm going to guess
Justin Bieber?
No, but just like Katy Perry, we were his first interview.
Okay.
Thanks, Robin.
Okay.
May, who do you
Hi,
think?
this is Nay. Actually, with an N. N as in Nancy. So Nay.
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 I would guess. Yeah, Nay. I would guess Selena Gomez.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
That answer to that is nay. It is not Selena Gomez.
That's a really good guess.
It is not. But thank you, May, or nay. Thank you.
Thank you.
877-937-1047. Who was our first in-studio celebrity guest? Harrison, good morning.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi. Who do you think?
Good. Is it Paris Hilton?
Nope, it is not. Nay, Harrison, nay.
I feel like Harrison's getting closer, though.
Yeah. 877-937-1047. Peyton, you were talking about fast casual. I went to this fast casual restaurant, and I've complained about this place before, and I don't want to say their name, but they got new owners, and when they got new owners, they like a huge company bought them. And they did little things like when it was kind of mom and pop, they immediately when they got the new owners, they switched out the quality of cheese. You know what I mean? And so, but it's still,
I actually didn't know that until you told me that, and now I'm like, oh, no wonder it doesn't taste as great.
So I go to this restaurant when there's like, oh, let's go here. I want to eat healthy, but I also want to just go. It's fast casual, right? So I stand to go order my food. I order my food. And they have the balls to turn the thing around for a 25% tip, right? And I'm like, because I've been here before and I've already had the problem with the tipping, right? So instead, I tip $3.
Okay.
They bring my food out, but they don't bring out utensils. They don't bring out anything, right? So you have to go get all that. What's the tip for, right? If all I'm doing is ordering, and then you're bringing it out, but I got to get up and go get my spoon. So they bring me soup. I ordered soup. They bring me soup. And then they said, if there's anything else you need, let me know. As they were walking away. Like, I couldn't even go, wait a minute, yeah, I like a spoon.
Well, you make a good point, though, because if you pay at the counter at McDonald's and you go eat, they don't ask for a tip because there's no service.
Yeah, man.
So why is this place any different? It's the same thing. You go up and order, and there's no difference.
Right.
There's no servers.
The tip thing can go on forever. Pam, who do you think was our first in-studio guest?
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I think it was Paula Abdul.
No.
That's a good guess.
Well, that's a good guess.
Good guess.
She was at Rich's wedding. She also went to the wrong wedding.
That's so funny.
But,
How do you know that mine wasn't the wrong wedding?
all right. Thank you very much. Angel, who do you think was our first in-studio guest?
Mariah Carey.
Ooh, that's a good one, too.
It was. She was. I will never forget this story. I don't know if I've told you guys this story. She called us. She was in her closet, and she took off her underwear. She says she was wearing a brand called Perla, right? She took off her underwear. She put it into a manila envelope on the air and sent it to us. And I had it, and I couldn't believe it. And I remember I was borrowing a truck for some reason, and the guy whose truck I borrowed, I left it in the truck, and I never saw the underwear again.
I wish I never knew that story.
Why?
I don't know, because I just feel like, Mariah, why would you do that?
I can't remember why she did that.
That's how I feel.
Sharon, who do you think was our in-studio guest? Sharon.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I think it was Adam Levine.
He wasn't in studio.
Not funny.
Oh, that's an inside joke.
Boy, is it.
I'll make myself laugh.
Happy anniversary.
No, that wasn't it. But great. I just realized as I go through all these calls of the relationship we have with all these artists. Brittany, do you know who our first in-studio guest was?
Hello?
Hi, do you know who it was?
Hi, I think it's Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson, because you guys had a concert with them in the 90s. I literally been listening since Cricket and Shannon have been on the show.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I go way back with y'all.
Yeah, you do.
You're half right. Well actually, you wait. You are right. We did have Nick and Jessica, but I think we had Jessica before she was married to Nick.
It's true.
Right?
Yes.
It was Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson. So, yeah.
Yay! Did I win?
Yeah, you win. You get the Chainsmoker tickets.
Oh, my God. Awesome. So excited. Thank you so much.
And then
I have a cold, so it's been a horrible week.
Then we had Nick and Jessica perform at Tucson Mall.
I literally love you guys. Like, I literally went to the concert at the Park Place Mall in the 90s.
That's right.
You guys.
That's right.
I love you.
It was Tucson Mall.
Breakfasts and everything. Like I'm an all-time fan.
Wait, it was Tucson Mall, and I remember because you had to go to McDonald's and get a wristband.
Yep. So they made it real complicated.
And then don't forget Soul Decision.
Do you remember Soul Decision? At Foothills, the Foothills
Mall,
Outlet Mall.
That was a great concert,
which is now closed.
And then I
The entire
remember
thing is
when
mowed down.
NSYNC dropped Dirty Pop, we did a sticker stop for Dirty Pop to go see. Yeah.
You're a day winner.
Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
that was the best.
We got to do sticker stops
of course.
again.
I love you guys. I listen every day. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brittany. Hold on the line. We're going to set you up with those Chainsmoker tickets. By the way, so Jessica Simpson's in the studio, right? And Rich grabs a guitar, and this happens.
Hi, I'm Jessica Simpson, and you're listening to the John Jay and Rich program on KRQ. Little ditty about John Jay and Rich. Couple of guys don't speak good Spanish. John Jay gonna be a radio star. This is the only song Rich knows on guitar. Oh yeah, they love Tucson. Let's hope KRQ keeps them on.
And you know what?
So
They
cute.
did.
That's crazy.
They have.
I love that.
24 years. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, let's switch gears. Shoot us a text anytime. Text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893 or call us at 877-937-1047 like Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi, good morning.
What's going on?
I just wanted to comment on Janelle, the last gal that was talking about her mother-in-law paying the bill.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through this exact same thing with my husband and his family. So when the bill comes in my family, we pay it right away. We say thank you so much to the server, and then we finish talking or whatever. His family, they let the bill sit at the table, and they pay it when they're done and ready to leave. So I just had to learn to leave the bill on the table, and they're going to finish their drinks, they're going to finish their conversation, they're going to finish their thing, and then they pay it, and then they leave.
You're
So
saying
it's
play
just
the waiting game. That's how you get it to cover.
Yeah.
You just hang out. You got to be the last one to leave the restaurant, and you're covered.
Yeah.
It's not a bad philosophy.
Well, see, also waiting. Also, you still get service.
Yeah.
Like they haven't locked you out of their head yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're still I still got to handle this table. I haven't paid yet, right? Whereas if you do it, then they can forget about you. I've done that before too, where you pay right away because I just want to leave, and then we get stuck talking, but I never get my water refilled. I never get.
I used to hate that as a server though, because then I'm I feel like I'm bothering you. You know what I mean? You asked for the bill, which signals that you're kind of done, right? And then as a server, you're like, can I get you anything else or whatever? And then it's you go to pick up the bill, it's not done yet. You go to pick up the bill, it's not done yet. It's just send them, just pay the bill.
That's one way of looking at it. I mean, another way is well, hey, yeah, we'll get dessert. Oh, okay, they're almost done. They're not done yet. Speaking of dessert, Emily, thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
You too. What was going back there with these cookies?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So Crumble announced a collab with the Kardashians this week for their flavors. You know how every week they have new flavors of cookies? And so each member of the Kardashian-Jenner family has a cookie. There's a Kris Jenner one, a Kim Kardashian one. If you were watching Kim's story yesterday, she actually got a box. And I was kind of disappointed because when I saw the collab, I was like, okay, each sister and Kris picked out their own cookie, right? They said, this is what I like, and this is what I want my cookie to be.
Right.
But Kim gets the box, and she's like, okay, let's try to figure out which one is which. So she tests them out, and she didn't know.
Oh, they don't know.
Who was what
she
cookie.
didn't know.
She didn't know.
I thought it was their favorite.
That's what I thought too, because that's why I thought Chloe got the Oreo one, because she always has those perfectly organized Oreos.
She does. I wonder if just the Crumble marketing team just did their deep dive on the Kardashians, because I feel like these all fit each
Totally. Kris is the double stacked cake, which is OG.
Yeah, the classic yellow layer cake. Courtney is the flourless chocolate cake, which
and
is
it's gluten friendly. Totally.
And then Kim is the snickerdoodle crumb cake cookie,
which that's the one I'm most excited to try.
That one is the best one.
Is that what you guys have? Do you have them here?
Yeah.
So are they
I
good?
picked them up yesterday. We haven't tried them
Oh, you
yet.
haven't tried them?
Peyton and I did this thing a while ago, and we tried to make it stick, and it never really stuck. We were going to do a tasting Tuesday where we thought, hey, businesses, if they want to try something, they could like send in stuff, or we'll just try stuff every Tuesday, and we just kind of like it fizzled out.
It went 2
Right,
weeks.
because
But we were like-
you got to stay consistent with that.
Totally.
Stuff. This is
And
the way
then-
I started John J TV reviews.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But we couldn't
everything
get
I've
the
ever
cookies
done.
yesterday because a couple of them were sold out, and Peyton finally got all of them today. So we're doing a tasting Wednesday. It doesn't have the
good.
same ring to it,
No.
but yeah.
You can tape it and then drop it on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Doesn't
No,
mean-
but
could,
next week they
it'll
won't have them.
Yeah, if
'Cause
we
they-
do wait.
Oh, they're only
just
these
this
cookies.
week.
Okay, so think about this for a second. Crumble out how long they've been around, but I remember having them a long time ago. But the dude that invented it, I've seen on TikTok how he's like a billionaire or something now. He's made
They're everywhere now.
but they're like huge. How much money they must make? How much money they had to spend
To use
get
the Kardashian
all
name.
the Kardashians, all of them.
Well, and it's not even just using them. If you look at the crumble box, the like iconic crumble box is this pink box, but when you get the Kardashian cookies, it's this nude tan color, which is like
Skims
the
and-
vibe
yeah.
of literally
is it
the
a,
Kardashians.
Is it a Skims thing?
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't think it's a skin
Oh,
thing. It's
okay.
just like
You can
nude
tie that in.
color.
Like you
of
think
the
of Kim
Skims
Kardashian, you
logo.
think of like nude color, like nude color line, and that's like it's a nude box. It's,
Like I will be
exciting.
cutting out the crumble cookie, love the Card Jenner family, and putting it up on the wall. Like that's how iconic.
Do they
that
call
box
themselves
is.
the Card Jenner?
Yeah, the Card
Oh,
Jenners.
I've never heard that before.
yeah.
I'm excited though.
I
It'll be
know.
fun. So look out on Instagram for our video because
Well,
it'll be up later.
Speaking of the Kardashians and television, where are we in the TV world? Kyle, what are you watching?
So I finished Severance, which is the second season of Severance, and was somewhat satisfied with the ending of that.
I'd say
And-
that's a good way to say that.
Yeah, and then John Jay, you were talking about that show Dope Thief
Oh, I love Dope
on
Thief.
Apple TV
Yeah.
Plus, and I started watching that, and I think about 4 episodes in on that one.
Wow. There are only 4 episodes.
No, there's 5, and there's one dropping on Friday.
There's 5 because
Yeah.
I'm all caught up. So the one you're watching right now on number 4, that's where he's wearing the red jacket I wore the other day.
Maybe I'm not there yet. I'm like right at the beginning of 4.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, there's 5 episodes, and then I think it says the 6th one drops
you love
on
it?
Friday. It's a good show. It's very like stressful. I
Yeah.
feel like because these friends, they basically go in and they rob drug dealers pretending to be DEA agents, and so but they decide to level up, and the house that they level up with gets them in big trouble. So now there's these really bad people chasing them down and trying to kill them, and it's like so intense. Like it stresses me out a little bit. In a good way, because it's entertaining.
Okay, so I found another show. And I actually liked it so much, I went back to JJ TV Reviews TikTok and made a TikTok about it. It's called Mobland. I think I talked about it yesterday. So I thought the whole season dropped. And I haven't had anything like this happen to me in a long time. I can't remember the last time this happened. I thought the whole season dropped. So I finished episode 1. Episode 2 starts. It's Tom Hardy. It's Pierce Brosnan. It's a Guy Ritchie directed movie or TV show. It's Helen Mirren. And it's the English drug cartel. And they're bringing in fentanyl. And it is violent as hell. And episode 2 ends. And I just can't wait for episode 3 to start. And it doesn't. And I'm like, what just happened? And I had to go and I thought something was wrong. But they only dropped 2 episodes. And I was
hate
like,
that. I know.
was so like contagious. Like I was so like, where's the next step? You know what I mean? Like it was
Well, that's a
such
great show, then.
fantastic show. 10 out of 10, I recommend.
But
the
you
show.
said it's on like Paramount Plus or something like that?
Yeah, because it's the same. It sounds like it's the same as the dude that does Landman, because it does that whole MTV.
Oh, Taylor Sheridan.
And then the show starts. But I highly recommend.
But Guy
the show.
Ritchie, he does good stuff because it's
Oh, my God.
fast.
He's
kinetic.
The Gentleman, that whole series on Netflix. It's really, it's so well done, you guys, and it's so violent and so good. It seems, and Tom Hardy might be one of the coolest people I've ever seen on TV, or in the movies. He's so cool. Also, Love on the Spectrum. Anyone?
So good. I love that show.
Yes.
It's been out for a while, but this is season 3
Season
to drop.
3. I genuinely think this is the best show on TV right
Can
now.
I
It's
tell
number
you,
3 right now on Netflix. Like it's getting popular.
I happen to see on my Instagram Kelly Clarkson episode of TV over the weekend where they had Tanner on with
so
Jack
good.
Black. And I love that kid. And I was so emotional about it. I went back and started watching him on just for him. And also Connor, the one that was like,
Dude, Connor's
I
where
love
have you been my
Connor.
whole life?
Connor reminds me of somebody who used to work here.
Who?
Looks wise, Bill.
Oh.
They have a similar look, and every time I see him, I'm like, oh.
But it's kind of like, I thought, oh, this is bad. They're making fun of these people, but they're not. They're not. And it's just, they're such beautiful people.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like you feel
the world needs more people.
Yes.
100%. And did you finish this?
No, I'm just watching.
Oh my
what?
goodness!
I hope
dude.
he finds love.
Like the cast, it's funny because the cast changes throughout the seasons. Like they kind of add people, take away people. This is the best Love on the Spectrum US has ever been.
I can totally agree.
There's no one that you are kind of like you feel awkward watching. There were a couple last season where it was like you're like, this seems weird. But this is like just the purest, most joyful, like to experience dating. Like, they're just so honest. Like, everyone on the cast is just so honest and just so transparent with how they're feeling.
100%.
It's wonderful.
You know how they do, Kyle, you know how they do that thing on reality shows where they're talking to the person and the camera, the Tanner guy, he like talks to the director and the producer and the people behind him. Like it's almost like, hey, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But he'd be like, I really like dating. Hey, Mike, I like your shirt.
Dude, my favorite, I wish there was a show of just Tanner and his roommates.
You know what?
That would be the best show.
Oh, yeah,
I would love a show with just Tanner and Connor. I think they should get their own spinoffs. Tanner and Connor, their families. Like, Connor, his beef with his mom has me rolling every single time. Well, like, there's this, like, in one of the very first episodes, Connor only likes brunettes, and his mom sets him up on a date with a blonde, and he is not happy.
But he's obsessed with Game of Thrones, and they're like, if Khaleesi walked in and wanted to date you, would you go? And he's like, it's 50-50.
Yeah. And he says, Khaleesi, first in her name. Like, he does the whole thing.
He sounds like he's from Shakespearean times. He's amazing.
I mean, that show is something else. Anyway, Peyton, what do you got on Dave Portnoy?
Well, Dave Portnoy apparently has lost $20 million in the last 3 days. And I'm like, how do you lose $20 million in 3 days? That is like life-changing money.
Was it March Madness or stock market?
I don't know. I was
he didn't say?
Oh, it's probably stock market.
I'm sure probably. Because isn't he like a huge investor?
I don't know. I know he's a huge gambler.
Oh, is he? I don't really know much
gambled
about
on
Dave Portnoy.
the big game.
I don't know much about him, but...
Kyle, what's Kanye doing?
Kanye's just being Kanye, doing more interviews, but he revealed something about Kim Kardashian that she may have been influenced to influence us.
It was wild that I didn't know how close my own wife was to the Clintons, and I was married to her.
How close was she to the Clintons?
I mean, cell phone away, or hey, tell Ye to say this away, or hey, go out and use your platform to push the vaccination away.
So in the meantime, supposedly Kim Kardashian is like trying to get close to Bianca Censori because Kanye rapped about her leaving him, and she feels like if she gets Bianca on her side, she can help protect her and then also help Kanye realize he's losing everything he loves in his life, and maybe he'll start turning things around. Their son Psalm West actually just got cast in Angry Birds 3.
Oh,
so I know, so cute. They were I think it's coming out January 2027, and they were like, and Psalm West, like all the original people who were in it, and then like he'll be in it too. So I'm like, oh, that's super cool.
I love that. What a life to have Kim Kardashian be your mom.
I know.
Have you seen already the Britney Spears posts?
I'm concerned about her.
Even I think you brought it up to me one time, and now I really looked at her teeth are like all different.
Every time I see them, her teeth are like spreading out more and more. But her latest post, or one of the latest posts, she looks ill. Like she looks really like not well. And there were some commenters basically saying that, and she was like, she posted again about how anybody saying bad things about me are just jealous of what I've got going on in my life. I'm a little bit sick right now. I had a cold, and so that's why my voice sounds weird. But like, obviously these people who are saying they're my best friend on the comments and now they're talking trash about me are literally just jealous.
What about Denise Richards? What's going on
Maybe they're just concerned about you. Denise Richards has a docuseries coming out about her life, and so she's doing promotion for it. That's why you've seen Sammy Sheen, her daughter, doing interviews and her opening up about her past, specifically her divorce with Charlie Sheen. How she said it potentially almost like ruined her life.
I went through so much with my divorce from Charlie. It affected my career. I had a hard time actually getting a job because people perceived me as someone that was trying to take down Charlie Sheen, who was on this big show, and it was the network and studio, and it was a different time.
So what'd you do?
I did my reality show. And then it changed. Then I was able to get back to working as an actress again.
Boy, she said the reality show. I know. She said then the reality show was like the one thing that she could actually show her true personality and show what she was really like, instead of just like the tabloid stories kind of writing the narrative for her.